Hi, everybody. Welcome to Barre with Mary. So you'll notice that we are doing voiceover work today. I am so sorry my audio cut out, but that is okay. I will just be with you here as this overarching voice throughout the whole class. This is an arms and abs class. You don't need any equipment. If you have really sensitive wrists, this is not the best class for you. I will link in the description better classes of mine that are arms and abs focused that are a little more wrist friendly. But if your wrists are okay, then let's jump in and do this. Go ahead and lay back on your back. And we're gonna start with a feel good stretch. First morning stretch. Reach your arms overhead. Let your low back arch, let your rib cage open, and just really stretch the whole front line of the body. Inhale. As you exhale, pull the knees into the chest. Wrap your arms around your shins and curl yourself up into a nice tight ball, tucking your chin to your chest, curling your forehead to your knees. Breathe in, squeeze the thighs to the chest. And then on your exhale, go ahead and rest your upper body back down on the mat and take your legs up to a tabletop position. Now, if you have really sensitive hip flexors, please know that you can drop your feet down to the mat so that your heels are down. Take your hands to the front of your thighs. I want you to start by just pushing your hands and your thighs into each other. So really simple movement to activate the abdominals here. With intention, drive the heels of your hands into your thighs and pull your thigh bones back simultaneously. So we're feeling the deep engagement of the abdominals. Abdominals wrap around you 360 degrees. So feel the sides of your waist pulling in. Feel your front low ribs knitting in and the backside of your rib cage drawing down to the mat. Feel your pubic bone and your bottom rib draw closer towards one another and really just breathe here. Inhale to lengthen the spine. And on your exhale, just push even harder with your hands and thighs into one another so you activate even deeper into the core. Just hold and breathe right here. We're going to take the hands away from the thighs in just a moment. Inhale. Exhale, push even harder. Resist, resist, resist. Deeper into the core. You've got it. Another big breath in. Exhale, push with even more intention. Beautiful work. Sweep your arms up to the sky now. Palms face each other. See if you can keep that deep engagement in your abdominals. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, arms and legs start to reach away from each other. And then inhale right back in. Keep going like that. So we're jumping right into 2 legs, 2 arms. If this is way too much for you, then go ahead and just take 1 leg at a time, okay? You're also welcome to just completely ditch the arms. You can keep the arms reaching up to the sky. Now, as you reach the limbs away from each other, you are challenging your abdominals to hold more weight, which means you have to work harder to engage the abdominals to not let the low back arch or the rib cage flare open. So feel that deep engagement you just established, pushing your hands into your thighs the entire time, even as your limbs are heavy, reaching away from you. Use your exhale to reach out. Use your inhale to draw them in. Now meet me center. Interlace the hands back behind the head. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, curl head, neck, and shoulders up. And then inhale, rest the head back to the mat. Keep going like that. It's a little abdominal curl here. The legs are at tabletop, the knees are over the hips. Again, hip flexor issues, then you just bring your feet down to the mat. As you curl yourself up, feel your pubic bone drawing up towards your belly button. Feel your low ribs hugging down, and feel your heart curling towards your thigh bones here. Really let your head be heavy back into your hands. We're gonna hold that curl up in just a moment here. And we'll keep doing some work with the lower body. Exhale, you curl it up. Inhale, you lower down. Beautiful. Keep going like that. Now this time, hold the curl up. Sweep the arms forward, grabbing a hold of the backs of the thighs. Now use your biceps to maybe curl yourself up even higher. So pull your heart towards your thighs. Feel how deeply you can fire up the abdominals. You are welcome to keep your hands behind your thighs, or if your neck is bothering you, hands can come back behind your head anytime, okay? Legs extend straight up to the ceiling. Lower your legs halfway down, and then go ahead and bend the knees and pull them back to the chest. Again, like that. Legs stretch up, legs lower down, and knees pull in. You take it, lengthen, lower, knees in. Again, you take, lengthen, and lower, knees in. Keep going with your legs in this bicycling motion and bring a little bit more focus to your upper body. You want to keep the upper body still and stable and strong. Every time the legs lower to the hover position, really pull your pubic bone up towards your belly button and pull your low ribs in and down towards the mat. Now you're going to meet me with your legs straight in that hover position. Hold your legs there. Start to curl your heart. Go a little up, little up, little up. So rib cage is hugging down so that your heart can curl up towards your thighs. Now if you want more, you're going to lower your legs even more. If you want a little less, go ahead and bend your knees and bring it back more to a tabletop position. Now, could you press your legs lower just 1 more inch? This is it for your abdominal work right here. Things will change. We're going to prop ourselves up on our forearms. Take a big breath. Exhale, curl yourself a little higher, and then release your hands down to the mat. Press yourself up onto your forearms and lower your legs all the way down to the mat, flexing through your feet. Now you want your elbows underneath your shoulders here, so feel free to adjust yourself as you need to get yourself into that position. You're going to push your forearms down into the mat, and our main focus here is going to be keeping our hips from moving. And the way we're going to do that is by hugging our abdominals in. So take a huge inhale, and on your exhale, you're going to extend your left arm forward. Take an inhale, and as you do that, bring your left forearm back to the mat. On your exhale, it's your right arm that extends forward. And then inhale, right arm back. Keep going, 1 arm at a time. So every time you lengthen an arm forward, I want you to first exhale and feel the engagement of the abdominals. So it's so tempting to rock the hips from side to side here. You need to activate the core to keep everything stable. Push down into the supporting forearm and just be sure you're not collapsing into the shoulder. Just a few more here, and then we're going to push ourselves all the way up to seated. You have got this. This is super deep core work. Amazing job. Last time on the left. Last time on the right. Hold the forearms down. Push down through the hands. Take a big breath in. And on your exhale, push yourself all the way up to a seated position. Now, drive your heels down into the mat. Push your hands down. Open the chest. Inhale. And as you exhale, lift up into a reverse plank position. Inhale, tap your seat back down to the mat. And exhale, lift it up. Full range of motion here. Now, if you find that these straight legs are a little too intense or maybe uncomfortable on your knee joints, go ahead and bend your knees. Plant your feet and make this a reverse tabletop position instead, okay? As you lift up, feel the deep engagement in the abdominals, keeping your spine nice and long. The squeeze of the seat. Now this time, take the hips up, hold that reverse plank position. Push down through the hands, open up across the chest, squeeze the glutes to lift the hips a little bit higher. We're going to bend the knees, plant the feet, come to a reverse tabletop position. Big breath in. Exhale, let's go. Reverse tabletop position. Plant the feet, lower the hips halfway, and shift your weight back. We're coming into tricep dips. You bend the elbows and press them straight. Go bend and reach. So your seat is hovering just off the mat here. Elbow tips are pulling in towards one another. So the eyes of your elbows, the inner elbows, are pointing forward here. If you find that this is a little bit too much, you can always bring your seat to rest on the mat and do tricep dips like that. Now notice if your shoulders start to roll forward. Really try to keep your chest open. We're going to hold it halfway down. We're going to come into a small range. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, hold it halfway down. Just start to pulse 1 inch down and down. Go a little down, little down. Yes, you've got it. Now continue to lift up through the chest and know that you get to take a seat and give yourself a little stretch after this last variation of tricep dips. Let's go. You've got it. Big breath in. You're coming to a cross-legged position. 4, 3, 2, cross the legs, interlace the fingers, press the palms forward, and then round through the upper back, dropping your chin towards your chest. Take a breath in here. Exhale, let it go. Okay, our last section of class is on deck. I'm not going to lie to you, it is probably the most challenging section of class, but please know that I always offer modifications. 1 more big breath here. Exhale. Release the hands. Sweep them up to the sky, release them down to your side, and come up and over to all fours. Hands are underneath the shoulders, knees are underneath the hips. If you need to shake out your wrists, go ahead and do that. Spread your fingers really wide here. Squeeze your thumbs towards one another, tuck your toes, inhale. Exhale, lift your knees to just a 1 to 2 inch hover. So we're coming to a bear plank position. We're going to start by moving the left arm. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, you're going to sweep your left arm forward, thumb faces up to the sky. Now flip your palm, swim your left arm back behind you, and then bring your left arm back down to the mat. Inhale. Exhale, switch. It's the right arm that sweeps forward, thumb points up to the sky. Flip your palm, swim the right arm back behind you, and then the right arm comes back to the mat. Keep going like that, nice and slow, using your breath. So what I want you to focus on here is trying to keep your hips as stable as possible. So we're not rocking and lifting the hip of the working arm. Just one more time either side, and you get a moment in a down dog, okay? You're almost there. Try to keep that bear plank position nice and low. Right arm sweeps back. Right arm down, inhale. Exhale, down dog, lift the hips. Take a big breath in and let it go. Lift up to your tippy toes. Bend the knees, come to that bear plank hover again. Inhale. Exhale, left arm sweeps forward. Point the thumb up to the ceiling. Start to pulse your left arm up. Little lift, little lift. Now, if this is too challenging in a hover, drop your knees down like I'm demonstrating. If you're okay at a hover, let's do it. This class is almost over. Drop your left hip so hips stay nice and square. Left hand comes back to the mat in 4, 3, 2. Yes, left hand back to the mat. Inhale. Exhale, right arm sweeps forward. Right thumb points up to the ceiling. Start to pulse your right arm up. Let's go. It's lift and lift. Back of the neck stays long. When your right hand comes back to the mat, you're coming right into a down dog. You've got it. 4, 3, 2. Right hand comes back to the mat. Lift the hips. Downward dog. Take a big breath and let it go. Walk your hands and feet a little bit farther away from each other. Take a big breath in. On your exhale, lift up to your tippy toes. Roll through the spine, coming into a high plank position. We're finishing with push-ups. So if you want full push-ups, stay where you are. If you want to modify, like I am, tap down to your knees, curl your heels to your seat. Ready? 2 counts. We inhale to lower, and we exhale to lift ourselves. It's down for 2, and up for 2. So here are traditional push-ups. So our elbows are going out at about a 45-degree angle. I want you to notice here, if you're dropping your chin to your chest to take the push-up. Really push the back of your head up to the ceiling like you're pushing it into a headrest. We're going to keep this same control. We're just going to pick up our tempo in these push-ups. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. Let's go. And up. You take it lower and lift. Go. Down and up. Pubic bone draws up to the ribs. So even if your knees are down, you're still in this modified plank position. So stay really long. You're going to meet me low. We have a small range to finish. Ready? Hold halfway down. Open up to the front of the throat and pulse it down 1 inch. Little down, little down. This is where we finish. Let's go down and down and down. Puppy dog pose is on deck. And you are done with this class. Go little down, little up, little down, little up. Yes. Stay long to the back of the neck. And puppy dog pose. Amazing job. Reach your hips up high to the sky. Walk your hands forward and melt your forehead down into the mat. Breathe in and let it go. Feel this opening across your shoulders, across your chest. I feel it into the belly as well. Go ahead and walk yourself up, finding a seated position. Cross your legs in any way that feels comfortable for you, and just a nice fluid side bend here. Now you are welcome to just go side to side. You can add this little twisting motion where you rotate down towards the mat and rotate open to the ceiling. It's really up to you. If you'd rather just go side to side, then you should absolutely do that, okay? I love this little rotation in my mid-spine. I think it feels so good. If you were with me, go ahead and switch sides, up and over, left arm. Inhale. Exhale, rotate down to the mat. And inhale, rotate up to the ceiling. So hips aren't moving here. It's a rotation right around the mid-spine. So it's the rib cage that's rotating. Beautiful. Meet me center. Come all the way up to seated. Inhale. As you exhale, interlace your hands back behind your back. Press your knuckles away from you and lift your heart up to the sky, opening up across the chest, reaching the knuckles towards the floor behind you. Maybe you want to close your eyes. Big breath in. Let it go. Inhale, release the arms, sweep them up to the sky. Exhale, let them come down to your side, and that is your class. Amazing work. That was quick but super challenging. Thank you for bearing with me with the audio technical difficulties. If you like this class, be sure to subscribe, be sure to comment and like, share it with friends. And as always, I'll be back next week with a brand new barre class every Monday. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you again back here on the mat.